What's up, guys? It's your guy, Tyler from Super Squad D, and today I am joined by the illustrious, the magnanimous, the main man himself. Well, you know what? I'll let you introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
What's up, guys?
Yippee! We lost our special guest. He left. His name is still here. It's Omnibuddy.
I hate you.
Oh, man. I'm joined by Mitch Netzer himself, the Omnibuddy.
What's going on?
We got a good topic to get into tonight, but I want to know, first of all, before we jump into our most anticipated collected editions omnibus coming out in the second half of 2021, I want to know, why did you choose the name Omnibuddy and not Omnibrother, Omnifriend, Omnifan? Like, why Buddy? The people want to know, man.
Yeah, what is it? I was talking to Jess, and he hates the name. So, what was it? It was years ago, like in the Omnibus Facebook group.
Yep.
Everyone would always be like, "What's up, Omnibuds?" There's like Omnibuds Cafe and all that, but
yeah.
I was just always like, people take comics so seriously, so often that I like to just be like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Just like keeping it cool, keeping it casual, and plus I didn't want to be like Omnibrother or like I wanted to be like gender neutral, all that, I don't know. So I was like, Omnibuddy, it's fun, it's stupid. No one can be like, oh, Omnibuddy, he takes himself super seriously.
Okay, but hear me out, okay? I hear what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. But what if instead you were Omni Lord, and you just really put yourself at the top of the food chain? I think that would really elevate your game, because like Buddy's friendly, but Omni Lord is like leader. Like, you got to respect that dude.
I don't know. I mean, what do they say? Like lords, like if you're elected, so like the Omni Mayor or something like that.
I'm running for Omni Mayor. Michael Allen in the chat. Yeah. This is I don't know if you know Michael, Mitch. Michael's a good longtime friend of mine. I should introduce you to him. You would really like him.
Yeah. I totally didn't go to college with Michael.
Travis Gilmer in the chat, sharing his top 5 books being all DC. Can't wait to talk about that. And my man, Joachim.
Here. I'm going with Joachim. I'm on record right now.
Wow. You're just going straight for it, man.
Yep.
You haven't been able to sleep tonight, and Tyler isn't doing this live streams? Yeah, Tyler's got a live stream problem. He keeps in the upload button. Kevin in the chat, Kevin Sason, I never let anyone promote their channel except for my own, except for you. Everyone should go follow Kevin on Instagram, because this man is awesome at Photoshop and graphic design and taking photos.
Dude's a beast. Ooh, Omni King.
Omni King. That's nice, dude. Omni King. I mean, that really is perfect. How come I didn't think of that, Travis?
Yeah, it's a little crown is the logo.
Travis, can I pretend like I came up with that? Shelves are looking mighty fine, Mitch.
Thank you. They're coming along. I got to do some reinforcement still. But I'm liking it. I'm digging them. So it's nice having everything in one place.
That's awesome.
I mean, like, because before I had, what was it, 2 3x3 cube shelves and a 2x2 stacked in my closet. And I have a walk-in closet, but if you swing the door open, it almost hits the shelf on the end of the closet. So it ain't huge, and the vast majority of my closet was books, and then there's like pops too.
I love it, dude. They do look good. And Farhan says, "Hello, Tyler and Omnibuddy. 11 a.m. in Malaysia. What a way to start your Saturday morning." My man Farhan is awesome. Always in the chat. Travis knows I will repurpose that, but I'll give you credit. Don't worry. Omni King. You know what? We may have a YouTuber throwdown of all the omnibus content creators to see who can be crowned the Omni King. Because obviously people think it's going to be Omar, but what does he know? Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
All he knows is like Marvel and a couple image books.
Okay. So, I know everyone who works at Marvel. I make books get printed. Okay.
I know David.
But other than that, what do you know?
Yeah.
So, dude, we got a lot of books coming out this year. Like, there is a freaking ton of books coming out this year.
The train does not stop either. It's just constant. And then it doesn't stop at the end of the year either. It just goes. We decided to make this top 5 list. What was it? Top 5 most anticipated books of 2021.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, this book. Oh, wait, that's way out in February. I'm like, this. They just keep coming. And
crazy.
Stupid Omar just keeps announcing more and more books and reprints.
Yeah, Omar who? That's right.
Yeah.
Man, sales knows what's up.
Not near mint.
Yeah, that's right. So I had a hard time narrowing this down because there was a lot to choose from. And I found myself excited. I was like, oh, this one's going on the list. And then I'd read the next one on the list. I'd be like, no. This one's going on the list. And like, I'm excited about so many of them. But I think I have it narrowed down to 5. So what we had talked about doing is talking about our top 5 most anticipated books with 2 honorable mentions. That's because we like to cheat here at Super Squad D and give ourselves a little wiggle room.
Little squish.
A little squish. And see what books we got. So we're getting ready to get in the list while Travis over here is near minting. And I think that's really the best way to do tonight.
That's the only way to get through a live stream like this.
It is. James in the chat says Jess is probably the king. You're not wrong, James. You're not wrong. So let us know in the chat as we get into our lists if you agree with me or if you agree with me or if you disagree with Mitch or if you agree with me. Like, definitely let me know in the chat if you agree with me.
Damn it. I forgot about Gideon Falls.
Yep. Gideon Falls.
All right, I just dropped Gideon Falls. Ugh. I already have that one pre-ordered too. I don't know how I could. That's probably why it wasn't on my list because it was pre-ordered out of sight, out of mind at that point. Dang it! All right, well, I'm up to 9.
Well, I think your list is going to expand drastically, but dude, you got to cut something, man. You got to do it. Glenn, 2K12 here. What's up, Glenn? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining us on this late night stream where anything is possible. All wishes can come true. Even you could be an omnibus. But probably won't. Almost certainly will not, but it could happen.
Miracles do happen.
So the other thing with the list is it's a top 5 list, but they're not in any particular order for me. Like, well, for me, number 1's not like my most excited because, I mean, okay, technically it is, but they could be in any order. I mean, I'm excited about all these at different levels on different days. So let's just kick it off with number 5. All right. Mitch, what's your number 5 choice?
So this is a big year with not just like new books coming out, but reprints. And I got into the comic reading game with Uncanny X-Force, not the Omni, but my friend. I used to do a podcast for. It was like almost 8 years with both my brothers and a couple friends.
That's a long time to do a podcast, dude. 8 freaking years. That's a decade.
Yeah, we had a good run.
Jeez.
And that's one of our friends on the podcast worked at my LCS, Gabby's Love Cards and Comics.
Yeah.
He still works there actually. So he would hook us up with like what we need to be reading or what recommendations and all that. So he hooked us up with Uncanny X-Force. So that's where I started. And so I missed a lot of these books, and so I'm very excited for reprints. Sorry, that was a big tangent.
But you're excited about reprints. No, I get it. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So my number 5 is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1.
Great choice, dude. If I didn't already have that book, that would be on my list too, because it really is such a good jumping on point. Got to give a quick shout out to Billy in the chat. Billy's here. The stream can officially start. Billy's the man. Yeah, Uncanny X-Force. I can almost guarantee you will get a reprint at some point.
Get a reprint.
Chat Omnidog. Now hold on. 8 years isn't a decade? What do you mean? 8 years is definitely a decade, right?
It's close enough. We round up. Math.
Yeah, hashtag maths. So,
am I echoing?
Yeah, it sounds like maybe just a little bit.
Lame.
Anyway, so Ultimate Spider-Man is an amazing book. I have mad nostalgia for Ultimate Spider-Man. I actually have all of it in singles, and I have the Omnibus. Highly recommend any Spider-Man pen. My number 5 choice is a book that I'm really excited that we're getting that came out of a reprint. Wolverine Volume 2. I'm just super excited about that. I love Volume 1. I was super excited when that finally got reprinted. It's super solid material. You can't go wrong with it. I've read most of it over the years, either through single issues or digital, but I'm looking forward to having that omnibus in my collection from a collector's standpoint. And just that it represents to me, that omnibus represents the fact that like a lot of these older omnibus can be reprinted and then we can have a chance at more, much like the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If that better sell well so that they'll finish it out. Yeah, Travis Gilmer says the same thing. The Ultimate Spider-Man will sell really well.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I think you're right, Travis.
I'm going to be so mad if they don't make a 2, 3, and 4. That's what it's got to be. Is 4. They did the first 3 oversized in the first one, and then, so they're going to be like 3 per.
Exactly. Glenn J. has both on pre-order. I'm freaking super excited about that Wolverine omnibus.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't have Wolverine 1, so I got such a backlog, and I have so many coming out that I'm like, I would love.
That's the thing. There's so many coming out, dude.
Yeah. And
I'm looking at your shelves back there, bro. Because I'm looking at my shelves, and they're pretty freaking full already, dude.
Yeah, and that's the deal. Is I can't expand outside of this, so I'm already starting to max out. So something comes in, pretty soon something's gonna have to go out. So
absolutely, dude. Hopefully they reprint The Death of Spider-Man 2. Again, I'm of the mindset that they're just gonna continually reprint everything from Marvel. Honestly, they could fit the uncollected issues in a Volume 2 and Volume 3 of Ultimate Spider-Man easily if it's 40 issues per book. Yeah, definitely, dude. 40 issues. I mean, they're huge books, but they could definitely squeeze that in there.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
So what's your number 4 pick, Mitch?
Number 4. This is one that I've been wanting these books for a while. Been really, really into them because I do like some horror novels and some suspense. So Lock and Key Compendium.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that one.
Let me know. Have you watched the Netflix show?
No, that's the thing is like I wanted to watch what is it, Invincible?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it because I didn't have Invincible, and then now I have Invincible. And so I've read Volume 1, and apparently the show goes up through Volume 1, so now I can watch the show. I might try and read a couple more volumes before I push through to it so that I don't. So I like to have how I hear the characters and all that in my head kind of solidified first before I let a show.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I haven't been watching the show at all for Lock and Key because same thing. I want to read it first. And I know they said it's pretty watered down tonally, like horror wise. Yeah. So that
makes me more inclined to watch it because I'm a little freaking chicken, dude. I don't like scary stuff, man. It's so scary.
So scary.
That's a good choice, though. I know a lot of people are excited about that book, dude. Crashline says you'll grab Wolverine Volume 2 for sure. Hold on to that, Peter David X Factor thought right there, my man. Hang on to that. James says, I will probably end up buying Ultimate Spider-Man because Marvel will have some type of connection spine. Oh, put that curse on me, James. You know I'll do it. You know I'll freaking do it, dude. If they do it, I'll have to buy it. What choice would I have? Oh, jeez. I guess technically I could get a custom dust jacket, but no.
Yeah. But if you're doing one custom dust jacket's pretty straightforward. But if you're doing 4 of them together, it can get expensive.
Oh man,
that's beautiful though. I mean, like I got those connecting, coordinating DC ones.
Yeah, they looked awesome, dude. They looked so good.
6 books, but that was when I at my old work I could just print them off.
Yeah,
So
that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, not
post-crisis Omni Dog. This is a premium stream because you're here post-crisis Omni Dog. That's why it's a premium stream, my man. Michael says the books were much better than the show, that the show changed a lot. That's interesting. Again, I haven't watched it because I'm a freaking chicken.
That's kind of like, I mean, I dropped off Walking Dead's show after.
Did it change a lot from the book?
Season 3 or 4 or something like that. And like, well, one, I dropped off the book after issue 100 because it was like, all right, I'm just watching these characters just be tortured. And I was like, there's no hope, no goodness left in this world. So I just dropped off of it. But show kind of changed it up a little bit too. But it's like, tonally the show still had no hope.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I didn't watch the show because it deviated too much from the book because it was in color. It was in color. If it was in black and white, then maybe I would have watched the show. But you start throwing color in there, and just the whole vibe is ruined.
Just get an old TV.
Yeah, there you go.
Like 16 dongle converters.
Dude, someone's gonna release an edition though. You know that's a black and white edition.
Well, I mean, they did Logan in black and white,
and it was even better.
Yeah,
Marcelo,
Fury Road,
dude. What's up, bro?
They did Fury Road, black, white, and chrome.
Yeah, there you go.
So good. So
Joachim doesn't see them doing connecting spines. Boy, there's a lot of drama going around spines right now.
Let's not. I was about to say something. I'm like, let's just not get into it.
Crashline has the Authority Omni sitting here beside you and saw the stream. You know what? I read that this year. I thought that the Warren Ellis stuff was phenomenal, and then I thought that the Millar stuff was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it was okay. He just is a very shock value type writer, which isn't my jam.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Sweet Tooth on Netflix?
I started it.
Okay.
My wife was there, and she's like, it was a really rough week.
Yeah.
And she's like, I mean, for my work, I deal with the pandemic all day, every day. And so it's all I end up talking about most of the time. So when I have a rough week with it, she does too. And so I turn this on, and I know how the whole thing kind of starts. And I'm like, well, it's not super dark. And I heard they toned it back a little bit, made it a little less horror, like, a little bit lighter. But the whole first half of at least the first episode, how far we got through it, it was just like, my wife's like, no, I can't. I'm not doing this.
No, this ain't happening, bro. This ain't happening tonight.
So I have another show I have to watch by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so behind on shows, dude. There's just so much good content and not enough time out. I still got to catch up on Bad Batch, but I am caught up on Loki.
Oh, I gotta catch up on Bad Batch. I'm a couple episodes behind there.
Yeah, me too. Marcel was about to jump into Grayson. I love that book, dude. I freaking love that book. My friend Ryan Sace got that book for me. Nice guy. I can spit every time I say his name legally, though. Yeah, I'm such a cinephile. No, I'm not. Glenn says
coming from Michael Allen, the absolute cinephile.
I know, right? Come on,
the legitimate director.
Tyler having colors, no reason to watch a show. You're just scared. Yeah, don't tell everybody, dude. I don't think they know that about me. Don't give away my secrets. So, the number 4 pick, as we work our way through this pick and hang out with you guys, my number 4 pick is Daredevil by Soul. I'm super excited about that because I want to get caught up on Daredevil, but I need this material to come out so that I can get all the way caught up to the Chip Zdarsky run, which will eventually get collected into an omnibus for sure.
The Soul is the next.
Okay, Mitch is gone. I think we made him mad, probably because of While Mitch is gone, I'm going to say you should use code Super Squad D at Organic Price Books because no one uses that code. No one does. But it does get you 18,000 percentage points off of your point purchases, which is a conversion of the rupee ratio. And when you get down to the income to debt ratio, you're really doing good. So use code at Super Squad D. Mitch, why'd you leave, dude? What happened? All right,
I don't know.
Be honest.
All I know is they're going behind my back.
What made you mad, dude? What made you mad?
All I know is code Omnibuddy.
What?
Though I don't bring as much entertainment with the live streams, the live stream consistency, I do bring the information.
Mitch is the information guy. He always brings great info. He absolutely brings great info. Marcelo wants to know what you do for a living, Mitch. He's a stripper.
Moving on.
I'm sorry, Paul.
You weren't
professional pole dancer. I said that wrong. I'm sorry.
So, yes. And pole the steel entertainer, steel rod entertainer.
So before we get to our number 3 picks.
I wanted to say real quick. Daredevil, Charles Soule.
Soule or Soul? All right, I always wonder, is it Soule? I say Soul, but then
I say Soul too, but it's got that. It's got the
E. If that was my name, I would say Soul. I would tell people my last name is Soul because that's freaking cool.
Wait, I mean, like you say Blunt, but your last name's not Blunt.
That is how it's pronounced, dude.
Blount.
That's how. Whenever like a telemarketer calls him, like, excuse me, is Mr. Blount there? And I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. You got the wrong number.
You're lying to yourself. It's a sound like.
Unbelievable.
Remember Nickelodeon Gak? Like the.
Yeah, Gak was great.
It's the sound it makes as your last name if you throw it on the floor.
Wow. Unbelievable. Not enough time to consume all the media. We live in a golden age. Amazing content. And then Joaquin says there's a lot of content, but not a lot of good content. I think there's more good content than I have time to consume. Even though there's a lot more content that is not good than there is that is good, but I just don't have time to consume it all, unfortunately. I mean, I remember, dude, did you ever watch the CW shows?
I've watched almost all of Arrow.
Yeah.
And I think the first couple seasons of Flash, but couldn't do much else with it. It was pretty
that's kind of where I was. And I remember there was a time, like right when Flash came out, Legends of Tomorrow and Green Arrow, and that was like when the Netflix Marvel series were getting going. I remember I was watching it all. I was just consuming everything. I guess that was before I had a kid and I had time to do those kinds of things. But like
one kid.
I just got burned out. I know. I've got so much of one child to keep up with. Okay, so you've never read Daredevil. Is it worth starting? Absolutely. I truly believe that Daredevil is the most consistently good, well-written comic book character of the last 20 years. I think you could literally pick anywhere, any Daredevil omnibus since Bendis, including the Bendis book, and you could enjoy it.
Miller's a staple, too.
Well, Miller's a classic. Miller's like where a lot of people say start. The Man Without Fear is a great solo series. If you've never read Daredevil, if you can read that online, it's 6 issues. It's written by Miller. It gives really a modern origin take on him. But really, you can read anywhere because every run has been really good. Yeah, Kevin's with me. We need more Daredevil.
Yeah. What's
Chad
nice
about Daredevil, come on, man. You can upgrade.
What's nice about Daredevil, too, is it's like he's like fully collected in Omnis, basically.
Yeah, he is. It's like the most, which is shocking to me when you think about like Spider-Man, X-Men, like all of these runs that have existed. But Daredevil, it's just consistently good, man. Oh, thank you for clearing this up post-crisis. I appreciate that. That's it.
All this time.
That's it. I will, Farhad. He will really appreciate that you said that. I will tell him in the morning. Usually talk to him maybe once a day. I will tell him there's good content out there like Tyler's vlogs, but he stopped making them. Yeah, why did Tyler stop making them? We should really harass him about that. I agree. Daredevil has the best runs ever. And Joaquin says, who watched all the latest seasons of every CW and HBO show until all the latest seasons. Okay, there you go. I have heard that Superman and Lois is amazing, though.
I've heard that too. I need to. Yeah, that's one I want to go back and watch. So.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, getting into the Wade run. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, this is a run that people have wanted collected in omnibus format, and it will happen. I can almost. I mean, I could call Omar right now. We could make him do it, but
yeah,
I would probably get in trouble for doing it.
We all know it takes 140 messages, PMs.
Yeah, that's it, apparently. Oh man. So all right, my number 3 pick is another volume 2, but it had to be done because this was the one book that I really never thought they were going to print. Like truly.
I thought I knew where you're going, but now I don't know which one it is.
Because I don't know. This is probably tied with an Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. This is, of course, Batman by Snyder Volume 2.
Oh, this is what okay. That's my number 3. That's my number 3.
They kept hanging it out there for so long. Yeah. I thought it was coming, and then finally I just gave up. And I think that's what
okay. You gave up. I was just like, it'll happen.
It'll happen. You believed it will happen eventually.
Yeah.
I feel like I was trying to follow Korg's advice from the Deadpool Korg crossover video with Ryan Reynolds, where he's like, if you want to get into the MCU, or in this case, if you want a Scott Snyder Volume 2 Batman, you just got to hope and dream and reach for it and try your best, and then give up, hit rock bottom, know that you're never going to achieve what you want. Totally.
And then watch an Omar video.
And then check, and then
watch your minute.
Watching your minute. You just see a notification, and then there it will be. There it will be.
Finally happening. It's like Thor.
You're going to be glad. I think you could start complaining about it now. In fact, maybe we'll start that together. We'll just start saying the spine is jacked up, and I can't believe that they've done what it is that
they're going to do.
Done. So that's my number 3, dude. What's your number 3?
Yeah, my number 3 is the same thing. It's Batman Volume 2. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've been waiting. So I read this in singles. This was one of the first comics I ever read when I started actually buying single issue comics before I made the switch to collecteds.
Yeah.
And so I've basically read all the way up through Volume 1 in single issues. I've read past it, and I've just been waiting for I don't know how many years at this point now.
Yeah.
For Volume 2, so I can start. Like I've read a few issues into 0 year, I think. And I've just been waiting.
You've just been hanging out, man. Just been waiting. That was as much as longtime comic book fans hated the New 52. It really did get a lot of people into comics. It got a lot of my friends who didn't read comics into comics. So I can't hate on it too much. And there was some good stuff.
Marvel Now and New 52 is when I got roped in. And yeah.
Well, yeah, Marcel, I just lost all hope, man. I just totally gave up.
I always knew it was going to happen. I didn't lose hope. I just
didn't know when.
Stop thinking about it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's see. Yeah, Crash Line. You guys, you and Post Crisis Omnibuddy need to jot this down, because I can almost guarantee you that people will be saying the exact things you're saying, and it won't be you. It will be serious from some people. They'll be upset. A lot of good stuff in New 52. Farhan agrees. A lot of good stuff. So that's our top 3. Well, we'll do our number 2 pick, and then we'll do our honorable mentions, because we got some honorable mentions. No doubt. My number 2 pick is another Marvel book. One that this I knew was coming in an omnibus format.
Okay.
And I've been waiting to read it this whole time for the last year and a half, which is Hickman's X-Men. I am super excited because everyone's been reading it and talking about how great it is and how it's like the best, most fresh X-Men run in the last 20 years. I can't wait to find out for myself, dude. I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah, I want to get into X-Men, but it's
a good jumping on point.
Yeah, it might be a good jumping on point. That's true. I'm so scared to pull the trigger on X-Men because I mean that's an insane amount of material.
Yeah, it is. It is a huge investment. Like the Claremont stuff is at least going to be 5 volumes, maybe more. We'll see how much we get before they start breaking it up into different structures and different runs. But it is a big investment, but very worthwhile. But I do think that the X-Men for Hickman is going to be a really good jumping on point if you're interested at all in X-Men.
Yeah,
I mean, if you like Hugh Jackman,
who doesn't like Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, that's right. Jack Human is just awesome, dude.
Yeah. I could see that. So, my number 2 is also a Hickman book and a good jumping on point. Fantastic Four Volume 1 reprint by Hickman.
Ooh, now that is a great book, dude. Have you read any of that?
No, I've wanted to, but it's my only experience with Fantastic Four was Marvel Now. And it was Fraction.
Oh, yeah.
So it was FF and Fantastic Four by Fraction, and it did not do it for me at all. And it was one of the first like single issue comics I'd ever read. Yeah. And I was like, what is this and what is going on? I mean, my only experience at that point with Fantastic Four was like the movies.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, what, you got Jessica Alba? You got problems with Jessica Alba, bitch? The heck, man. Jessica Alba's a national treasure.
I mean, I think those movies get panned a little bit too hard, but I mean, they're not great.
Yeah. I think very much a product of their time. I'll say this about Fantastic Four. The Hickman run has one of my top 5 favorite comic book moments of all time.
Oh,
that literally gave me chills when I read it. And I won't spoil it for you because I want you to be able to read it unabashed. But like it gave me chills. And still, when I talk about it or tell other people my favorite moment, it still gives me chills. Like it was just amazing, dude. I'm just like, I'm grinning ear to ear thinking about it. It's so good, man. It's a great choice. You're going to love that book. I mean, there's just so much good material and stories in there. Glenn 2K's with you. Kevin heard someone say huge jacked man. Mm-hmm. That was me. I said that. Farhan says Morrison X-Men and Astonishing by Widner, great jumping on points. You're absolutely right. Those are good runs.
I was really tempted by both of those.
Yeah. I think New X-Men is a little bit better of a jumping on point. Though Whedon's run was really fun and good.
Yeah.
Is the FF by Wade run any good? I haven't read it. I've got the omnibus, but I haven't read it, so I couldn't tell you. But I do know people really love it. Yeah. You hope when they recast Wolverine, they find someone the right height. Danny DeVito, he missed his calling.
Peter Dinklage, come on.
Peter Dinklage. Yeah, I hope they do too. You know it's not. You know it's going to be somebody who's like 6'8".
Yeah,
and it's super jacked.
Hey, they just shoot the angles. Come on.
That's it, dude. That's absolutely.
Make everyone stand on barrels, just like pull a Lord of the Rings Hobbit. Lots of perspective.
So before we get to our honorable mentions, let's just recap for a sec. Mitch, tell me what your top 4 were.
All right. So number 5 is Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
Reprint. Lock and Key Compendium. Batman Volume 2 by Snyder. And then Fantastic Four by Hickman Volume 1 reprint.
There you go. Okay. Mine were Wolverine Volume 2, Daredevil by Soul, Batman by Snyder Volume 2, and Hickman X-Men. Kevin says FF by Wade is good. Maybe I will. I've got a special plan for the FF, though. And I'll give you a hint. It's coming this fall. So it's going to be a fun fall. That's for sure. So we want to do honorable mentions because we're cheap cop-outs. And nobody could limit this list to 5. No human being on this planet could do that. It's literally impossible.
Literally.
So I have an honorable mention that someone else mentioned.
How many honorable mentions do you have?
13. I've got 13 honorable. It's the top 5 list, but I've got 13 honorable mentions.
Wow, you did way worse than I did.
I've got 2. I got 2 honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. Worse. Okay.
So if you hadn't done it already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, ring that notification bell, go like Omnibuddy's channel, then unsubscribe from his channel, then resubscribe so he keeps getting notifications and it annoys him all night.
I love it.
So someone mentioned this earlier, but I am so excited because I have not read hardly any of this material, but I've only heard good things. And that is X Factor, Volume 1. Unlike you, I'm full in on the X-Men. I'm like all in on the classic X-Men stuff from the Claremont era, and I'm very excited about it. Oh,
see, that's where it gets you. Now all of a sudden you have X Factor. There's gonna be Volume 2, and then
Excalibur. I've got. I mean, they're branching, and I'm with them. This is Ryan says in the chat says, "Who's that beautiful man with Tyler?" It's like Beauty and the Beast. Are you calling me a beast, Ryan? That's nice. Yeah, you know I'm a beast, boy. You know I'm a beast. I don't know where that accent came from. I feel bad about doing it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what that was.
Delete the button.
So many directions. Yeah, New Mutants was great. I love that. I'm all in. So yeah, X Factor by Peter David. Super in. Hit me with an honorable mention or two, Mitch. You got 4, you said?
I had 3, and then someone mentioned Gideon Falls, which I.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So okay, I got Gideon Falls.
Yep.
And then I have 2 reprints that I don't need, but I'm just very excited for.
I think you need them.
That last time I got one of these reprints and I didn't need it, I got panned pretty hard in the group.
That hurts.
So my first one I'm very excited for people to be able to get is the Usagi Yojimbo Fantagraphics hardcover slipcase reprint.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Which everyone needs to start there. People say you can start with the Dark Horse Volume 1, which is what I did. I read Volume 1 and then I went, oh crap, there's a lot of backstory I don't know. There's a lot of history.
Yeah.
And it pulled you along fine, but there's a lot you could tell you were missing. So this is where you want to start.
Agree. Totally, dude. Totally agree. The Fantagraphics it's good stuff too. It's got Grass Cutter, which is like legendary. It's got
it's got so much in it, and it's so good. And I actually that's probably been some of my favorite material so far. I think I finished Volume 4 a little while ago. So I've read both Fantagraphics and then up through Volume 4 of Dark Horse. I think Fantagraphics have been my favorite so far.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, there's been a couple other stories in the other ones that have been great, but as a cohesive whole, Fantagraphics for me was amazing. So I'm very excited for people to be able to get that.
Agree.
So there's that one, and then probably one of my top 3 omnibus of all time is getting a reprint, Rachel Rising by Terry Moore.
Oh, you do love Rachel Rising, dude. That's getting a reprint?
It's getting a reprint.
I can't believe that, dude. I'm shocked by that.
So there's always been the red trade paperback edition, which it's all the same content, but who wants trade paperback when you can have a hardcover? But the green hardcover is getting a reprint. So that's coming out this year. So that's
I've still got my black hardcover, so I'm sticking with that. But
so I got the black edition hardcover, which was awesome because it's one of my favorite books of all time. So I was able to get the best edition of it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for people to be able to
They could make Rachel Rising into a show, dude. They could definitely make that into a great show. And they could expand it as well, like significantly.
Well, and what's so cool about it with like the Terryverse is he's got, Strangers in Paradise, Echo, Motor Girl, Rachel Rising.
Which I've only read Rachel Rising.
Yeah. I've read Motor Girl, Echo, and Rachel Rising, which are all standalone. There's a couple characters that kind of appear, kind of a background cursor character that appear, but they don't really connect. Strangers in Paradise is the same thing, but then they kind of bring them all together. And that's what's happening now is this kind of all the characters are kind of collecting together. So I need to read Strangers in Paradise before I jump into the next into those collabs. But I'm really excited that people are going to be able to finally get.
So give a quick summary of Rachel Rising for people who don't know. A quick 2-sentence description of the premise.
The whole thing starts with her coming back from the dead, buried in a shallow grave, and it's kind of a horror mystery thriller trying to solve a mystery of what happened, what happened to her, how did she come back, why is that happening, and then who killed her, and what happened with their town, and who are these other people kind of lingering around town. So it's this kind of horror mystery. It's awesome. So, and it's a black and white. So when I first started reading, I thought black and white was just going to be awful, and I hated reading it because I wouldn't be able to tell stuff apart, and it kind of flattened the whole image. Yeah. Whereas color lets it kind of pop out from the background. But man, most of my favorite books now of all time have all been black and white.
Black and white, yeah, dude. It was a great book.
Yeah,
I agree with Michael. For me, the end was a little bit of a disappointment, just because I expected more from like the final reveal. But it was a really fun book.
It was such a good ride.
How about a reading order video for Usagi? I would say Mitch would be a perfect person to do that. You guys should just bother him about it. Every time you see him comment, reply to any comment that he makes about anything. Hey, where's the Usagi reading order? And he'll do it.
Yeah, I am going to be recording that hopefully in the next month or so. Reading order for Usagi and a reading order for so that one, and BPRD Hellboy.
That's a great idea, dude. Usagi
and a reading order for Invincible too. So
yeah, I'm gonna do a reading order for Rachel Rising. If you want to see my reading order for Rachel Rising, it's this one book, and you start at the beginning and you end at the end. There's the reading order. That's a good 10-minute video.
I mean, it's better than Absolute Carnage reading order.
There you go. So Usagi and TMNT are two series you like to get into, but the money, I feel you, dude. There's a lot of volumes of those TMNT. Jess and I, as you know, have been going through them, and it is exhausting me. I'm like, I'll be glad we get caught up because I'm just exhausted from reading all these TMNT, but I love them. They're amazing. There you go. Glenn's going to give it a go. I think you'll like it. Yeah, take a shot whenever Mitch mentions Usagi. That's a game that's going to
I cannot be held liable for all the alcohol.
You are going to be in the hospital. Absolutely in the hospital.
Dead.
So, okay, my last honorable mention, and then I think you got one more, is this is like totally out of left field, and is solely because I love the writer. He's a super treasure. Chip Zdarsky, big fan. His Howard the Duck omnibus. I don't know anything about it, but I love Chip Zdarsky, and I like the concept of Howard the Duck. So I'm just really interested to read, to know. Like,
it seems like a character that would really fit Chip.
Yeah, his writing style, exactly. Yeah. Totally agree, dude. So I'm very excited about freaking Howard the Duck. There's a phrase I never thought I'd say before.
Yeah. I feel like Howard the Duck is like you have Elf.
Yeah,
and you have Howard the Duck. It's like, why are we now we got Howard the Duck. Now we can just work our way down to Elf, and
the world eventually get there, dude. Eventually. Any dishonorable mentions? Yeah, that's a good question, dude. We should have done dishonorable mentions. Books we're pissed are getting reprinted.
The ones we're least excited about.
The ones we're like really mad. Like, I can't believe they're reprinting this. How freaking dare you?
I'll give you a dishonorable mention.
Let's hear it.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Necessary Evil Deluxe. Do you know why? Because they will print a quarter of what people place for pre-orders for, and everyone's going to be pissed about not being able to get their book. Even though I love those books, I didn't even watch the show as a kid, really. But the
books they're amazing, right?
The books are great. I mean, there's the miniseries, the one-offs, the miniseries at the end of them. Some of them are pretty rough, but the overall story that they're telling is awesome.
Yeah.
But Boom just kills me with how they print.
It's very upsetting. Well, the good thing is that our buddy Frank Gogol, I don't know if you know Frank, is writing a Power Rangers book, which is amazing, and I can't wait. I've talked to him a little bit about the story and like just a little bit about the book, and it's amazing. It sounds incredible, and the character he's writing, the Phantom Ranger, is getting an awesome action figure, which I already have pre-ordered, and I'm very excited about. It's super cool.
I don't know anything about the Phantom Ranger because, like I said, I didn't watch the show. So, like, if they don't mention him in the book, I have no idea about him. So,
yeah, it'll be cool to see people's reaction. He's one of the big mysteries around Power Rangers. Was he was a 6th Ranger style character that showed up in 2 different series where he would show up and help, but had no identity. Like nobody knew who he was. Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, the second Parker Martini edition, I saw that Farhan just asked. Yeah, that got pushed back again. So
tragic.
Supposedly it's actually coming out, but
you agree with me in a weird way? I'll take it an agreement in any way. You can't get the Howard the Duck movie out of your head. Boy, that was a terrible movie, dude. I've only seen about half of it, and that was enough. That was enough. Speaking of terrible movies, the new Space Jam's out. Who's going to see it? I am.
Man, I loved that movie as a
the first movie is one of the best movies of all time.
I know it was even as a kid, I knew it was stupid, but I had a ton of fun with it.
Awesome, dude! I love that movie and the soundtrack.
My sister and I, we'd go camping. So my parents would take my sister and I camping, and we'd go on 2-week camping trips. And we had 3 or 4 VHS tapes. Besides my Star Wars trilogy, which I'd watch daily.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the gold box set.
Yeah,
dude. Let's go.
Aside from that, we had Twister, Independence Day, and Space Jam. And so that was my jam as a kid. So, but I don't know if I could go back.
Dude, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be upset, I'm sure. Hopefully it would be good. If it's just good, I don't care if they change stuff, but I don't have to go. Dude, the spider was right here, Kevin. I mean, the spider was literally in my face. And now I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I hope you're happy. Glad Jess isn't here to play that audio. Jerk.
Yeah.
Parker comes in March. So what's your last honorable mention? Then we're going to get to our top picks.
So let's see. Let's see what my last honorable mention is. Where'd my notes go?
Where did they go? Mitch had to go. It was a weird situation where he got disconnected. You freaking punk. Why do you have that? Why do you have that?
Who do you think cut the audio clip?
Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? I hate everything about this moment right now. This is too much for my little heart to handle. This is unbelievable.
It's late for you. It's okay.
Unbelievable. All right. Hit me with your last honorable mention.
All right. Last honorable mention is, now I actually lost it. Oh, Batman TMNT by James Tynion.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, it's Batman, James Tynion, and it's TMNT.
Yeah, you don't have to sell me, man.
I mean, when I heard that Omni was finally coming out, I was like,
you're a terrible person. Okay, well, let me just say, I agree so much with you that I put that as my number 1 pick. My number 1 pick is the Batman TMNT Omnibus because you nailed it, dude. It's Batman and it's Ninja Turtles. What could be better?
Ninjas.
I mean, it's amazing, dude. I loved the first volume of that I read. Haven't read anything else, but I was shocked they were making an omnibus of it, honestly, because I didn't know how the rights were going to be distributed for that, but I guess they've got the hardcover. So
and with the hardcovers, what is it? Volume 1 is a premiere hardcover.
Dude, this sucks.
Is it volume 2 that's an oversized?
One of them, they're all different sizes from what I remember.
So there's 2 that are premier hardcover, and there's one that's an oversized.
So annoying, dude.
And I think, so I was like, I bought the first one, and I think it said oversized hardcover, deluxe hardcover is what they called it. And so I bought the first one going, sweet, I got a deluxe hardcover, volume 1. I'll buy the other 2. I don't need the Omni, whatever. And I get it. And the stupid thing is, like,
regular hardcover size.
Yeah. So I'm like, nope, I'm not buying it. This is a cash cow. I'm seeing how much the single issues are going for, and people are going crazy over it. So I'm just going to wait. And I mean, it's not like it's going to go out of print. So if in a couple years they don't solicit it, I'll just buy the other 2 hardcovers, or I'll just read it digitally. So I'm pretty stoked that they're finally coming out with the Omni for that.
It's going to be awesome. Glenn, I do think you should get it despite the yawn. I do think you should get it if you like Batman and or Ninja Turtles, because it was really, the first volume was a great crossover. Also, if you wanted to just test it out and see if you like it, they have an animated film, a Batman TMNT animated film that is loosely based off of the comic. And super fun. I mean, dude, in the first 5 minutes, there's like the awesomest fight between Batman and the Shredder. Like, come on. That's amazing. Who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that Batman TMNT would be one of those non-reprintables. I would agree. I don't know. This would be one I would be nervous on. If you want it, I would get it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't recommend sitting on for very long, because, they may be fine right now, but those crossover events, like publishing rights, are just
gotta never know.
Deal with. So
definitely worth checking out. And I thought the film was super fun. I think you'll enjoy it if you like. I mean, it's a little bit, it's aimed at probably 13 to 15-year-olds.
So
as an animated film. So people like that I really relate to, because I'm stuck perennially in the 14-year-old mindset. But
your peers.
I absolutely loved it. Okay, Mitch, to round out the show, let me know, what is your number one choice? And then, guys, before Mitch reveals his number one choice, we are going to do a round of FAQs, which stands for Fast Answers to Questions. You can ask any question you want. You can ask any question you want. Will we answer it, Mitch?
Probably not.
We will answer it.
We'll get sidetracked. We'll answer the first one and get sidetracked.
No. Any questions you want in the chat, anything goes. No topic is off limits. We'll answer them for 2 minutes. Anything we see, and then you'll have it. So it is a rapid fire FAQ, fast answers to questions. Mitch, hit us with your number one pick.
Number one. Can you even guess which publisher it is?
It's got to be IDW, right? No. Marvel?
No. Getting colder.
It's not DC. It's definitely not DC.
No.
It's going to be independent. Dark Horse.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a Dark Horse. Wait, is it Berserk?
No.
Is it BPRD?
Close.
Hellboy?
In that universe. So it's Witchfinder Volume 2.
Witchfinder, nailed it. I totally got that.
First try.
Same time. First try, guys.
So yeah, Witchfinder Volume 2. Have you read Witchfinder Volume 1?
I haven't read a single Hellboy thing. And I've wanted to get into it, but there are so many different sizes. And that's really the thing that gets me. If they had Hellboy Omnibus 1 to 10, and it was all oversized hardcover, straight 10 books, I'd buy them all.
They're all like the same size. Even the trade paperbacks are the same size.
Though. What about the library editions?
You don't have to get the library edition. You could get the Hellboy Omnibus, the trade paperback omnis, and those have they have better reading order than the library editions.
Maybe
what you should do is get all the trade paperbacks that you get all the trade paperbacks, get the hardcovers you can, but then get the trade paperbacks for everything else and just rebind them. That's like the first binding project I did was rebinding BPRD Volume 1 and 2.
It's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea.
I think Sal rebinded the Hellboy Omnis, the trade paperbacks.
That's really not a bad idea. I mean, I wish there was what I really wish is there was a reading app like Marvel and DC, but for Dark Horse, where I could pay like $5 a month and then just read them all digitally. Yeah. That would be super convenient.
What I will say is I think Witchfinder is actually my favorite in the Magnolaverse.
Wow. Cool.
And it's not really connected to the rest of them much. So it's pretty it stands on its own.
Okay.
But you can get Witchfinder Volume 1's coming out too, along with like a reprint of Volume 1 is coming out along with the first printing of Volume 2. So it's a really good dip, and it actually takes place, I think, before everything else. It's like 1800s or something like that. So it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a fun aside from BPRD and all that. I'm like, oh dang, this is actually awesome.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that really makes me want to read it. That does make me really want to read it. Also, guys, keep the questions coming. We are about to get to them, but this is our top 5 list of the books we're most excited about. It's extremely scientific, and it is 100% factual that these are the best books that are coming out this year. These are the 5 best books, and you're like, wait, but Mitch and Tyler had different lists. The 5 best books. I stand by that. So let us know if you're watching later in the comments below what you thought of our lists, being as subjective as they were, and let me know what you're most excited about. I would love to hear what you're most excited about, because when I see other people excited about books, that gets me excited about books. Like, I'm excited about BPRD and Witchfinder and Hellboy and all those right now. Friggin', you said it was awesome, and that makes me want to know, because I don't want to miss out on something awesome. You know what? Maybe I'll just watch the newest movie. Maybe I'll start there. And then
I just watched the newest movie, and I will say it gets pretty, like, people hate on it.
Yeah, people really hate it.
Baba Yaga was creepy. And it was awesome seeing Baba Yaga and the chicken leg house and all that, or whatever it's called. That was awesome. There was some really good stuff in there. There's just there was just some rough parts.
I want to read it at some point. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, we've come to the FAQ portion of the show, which stands for Fast Answers to Questions. No lie, I thought that's what it stood for until I was like 21. So every website I went to, I'm like, oh yeah, FAQ is Fast Answers to Questions. I'm with it.
It does make sense.
Yeah, thank you. The questions are short and there's fast answers. You read them immediately. Thank you. So that's what it stands for here on Super Squad D. The D stands for Definitive Top 5 Omnibus we are excited about in 2021.
Very long.
Okay. Are you ready, Mitch? Rapid fire Q&A as fast as we can answer.
Are you going to throw them up on the screen?
I'm going to throw them up. Go. Are we doing rapid fire questions?
Yes.
Where do babies come from?
When a premiere edition and a trade paperback love each other very much, they get together, spines down.
I love it, dude. When Galactus takes a dump, where do you think it goes? Straight to the Heralds. That's actually the portion of the power that it gives the Heralds. It goes through the black hole. Yeah, it goes through a black hole into the Heralds, and that's how they get the power. The power of poop. What book do you regret spending money on? For me, it's Annihilation Omnibus. It was one of the few omnibus I actually spent over cover price on, and now it's been reprinted. What about you?
Dude, I've triggered so many reprints.
Yeah, that's true, man. This is not enough time to answer this question for you.
Yeah, like a month after I bought Usagi Volume 1 hardcover.
That's got to be
everyone take a shot, that one. But then again, I don't regret getting the first edition. But Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, that was another one. Yeah.
I think 2 days after I bought that one.
Oh, jeez, dude. Terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Your favorite omnibus ever. I actually did a video of my top 5 favorite omnibus here on the channel, but my favorite, it's technically not an omnibus, but it's Usagi Volume 1. Probably.
Yeah,
what about you, Mitch?
I have trouble not saying that one. If I'm going away from that gimme, it's a tie between Essex County and Rachel Rising.
There you go. Mirrorless or DSLR? Mirrorless, hands down. Yeah, Mitch and I on the same page. I just got the new Fujifilm X-T4, and I'm loving it. For toy photography at SSD Toys, if you follow me tonight, there's a special running where you will see a brand new toy photo. Favorite manga? Oh, man, it's got to be Dragon Ball Z for me. Yeah, dude, it's Dragon Ball Z. I can't be wrong with Dragon Ball Z. What the heck, man?
I think Battle Angel.
Alita.
I really had a lot of fun with Alita.
Dogs or cats? Dogs.
Dogs.
Definitely. Never played Skyward Sword. Yay or nay? I played about half of it, but I'm really looking forward to the Switch version. So yay for me.
I mean, it's Zelda or Link or whatever.
Best Dark Side story. Oh, man. There's some good ones.
Is it Dark
You
Side?
know what? You bring up a good point. My favorite Dark Side story was actually from Batman Superman, the run that Michael Turner did the art with Supergirl in, which they actually made a movie, an animated movie of that. It was really awesome, and I was a big fan. You got one, Mitch?
No, I don't have a good one.
Animal Man by Lemire or Morrison? I'm going to say something unpopular here and say Lemire. Yeah, is that what you say?
Yeah, it's Lemire. Come on.
Yeah,
Can you not?
Thank you. Okay, good. Ooh, this is a good question. Darth Vader by Soul or Gillen? I actually like Souls better. I really did. It was shocking to me, but I really like Souls better. And that's going to be a great book coming out this year.
Yeah.
Mitch, what did you think of Baltimore?
I love Baltimore. I haven't read Volume 1 yet, or Volume 2 yet. Volume 1 was great.
Legitimately, I thought he was talking about the town. I legitimately thought he was talking about the city. And you were like, I love Baltimore. I was like, good for you guys. That's great. Never been there, but good for you guys.
Seattle's my preference, but, Baltimore it's all right.
Tom King or Tom Taylor? Tom Taylor for me.
King Taylor.
King Taylor. This is coming from the Omni King himself.
Yeah.
Post-Crisis Omni Dog says, what is your favorite Sir Laurence Olivier film? The one where they're riding in the desert. That's my favorite one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. Best 3 artists ever, no thinking about it. Jim Lee, Akira Toriyama, Nate Carroll. How about you?
Santa Loco. I'm not thinking. I'm trying to think of the actual names. Mike Mignola and Sakai.
Yeah, I regret not saying Stan Sakai. After the words came out, I was like, shoot, Stan Sakai. Okay. Booty or boobies? That's a question for you right there. I'm going to say boobies.
That just depends on the day.
What kind of music do you guys like? Rap. Naturally,
80s.
Both of us equally.
80s. 100%.
Black Widow, thumbs up or thumbs down? Haven't seen it, so I'm giving it a thumbs up.
It's good. It's not as funny as the other Marvel movies, but it's good. I liked it a lot.
On the grill, do you cut your hot dogs or let them pop? Pop.
Oh, pop.
Yeah, for sure. This is
Why would you waste time cutting them when you can just let them do their thing?
Pop.
Then they're ready. It's like popcorn.
This isn't a question, but I felt like it needed to be addressed. Best team up ever. I can have both. Okay, guys. Last question. Tyler's rapping hot fire or super hot fire? Super hot fire.
I'd say sriracha.
Sriracha, baby. That's sriracha. Gotcha. Make you want to bop ya. Okay. This is it, guys. Thanks a bunch for hanging out. This is a super late night stream. We had a great chat tonight. Really appreciate you guys being here. Means a lot. Love hanging out with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you like Mitch being on the show, being in the chat, and you want to see more of this, let's have Mitch back here. Maybe if I can convince him. I mean, the problem is I can't afford to pay him. He's got his huge channel over there, and I can't afford. He's got these sponsors,
giant
organic
channel.
price book stuff, and I can barely afford the fee to get him on my channel. But I finally wrangled him down. Mitch, why don't you tell them where they can find you, dude? Where can they find you?
I'm waiting.
Yippee!
YouTube.com/.